Трябва да съм супер дисциплиниран. Правим го с технико с 100 лева и правим среща за милиони. Много трябва да е супер.
Alex, can you hear?
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hey, Alex.
Can you hear me? Georgis, Eleni, are you online?
We can hear. Can you hear?
Please, one more time. Are you online?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, that's great. Can you please start the web camera on?
Can you see us? Alex? Hi. Alex, can you hear?
Hello?
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you pretty much okay. I'm not sure how to start the video on, especially on full screen, which kind of annoys me.
Your video?
Yeah, I don't see you, actually.
I can see you and I can see me also. So it should be okay.
So it's all about my limited capabilities, right? I don't see you.
Because we can see you, can you see us? Yeah.
Смотря как ты это делал.
Hi.
Okay. Okay.
Alex?
Добре, айде то. То отново ние сме свързани, само че няма образ, което е много яко.
Alex?
Yeah.
How can I share my desktop? Because it's gray. The button.
Right now you can share your desktop. Yeah?
Okay. Okay, yes, I see it.
The only thing that is pretty much dramatic is that we cannot see you. The camera button says green, you're sending video, but no signal is coming. Or it's my problem and I just cannot represent it on the whiteboard.
But can you see the desktop? Let me see. Can you see our desktop?
Right now it's perfect.
Can you see it?
Okay. So. Okay.
So I think if you can see the desktop, will be okay.
Okay, please say something. Лука идва тук, микрофоните са тук и са това. Просто създава тук, те ще покажат презентацията без слайда, след това да почнем въпросите и да от 25. Jorgis, can you hear us?
Yes.
Thank you. Please start sharing your screen and start with a small presentation, and then we will ask you some questions, okay?
Okay.
Okay, please start the sharing. The sound is okay, the video is okay, and we are all together in one room waiting for you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes?
Okay. I'm Eleni, and I will make a small presentation about what exactly I'm working on. So I'm working on nanocomposites. These are high-end, high-tech materials. And nanocomposites is, we call nanocomposites when we combine two or more materials with different abilities. Usually it's polymer with inorganic materials, but it could be organic with organic materials also, and inorganic with inorganic also, but the usual case is polymers and inorganic. And to be called nanocomposite, we have one of the materials has to be in the dimension of the nanometer. So as you see here, we have nanoparticles which have 0 dimension. In the nanometer range, they are from 0 to 100 nanometers, from 1 to 100 nanometers. Then we have nanorods, which they're very long, like rods, and 2 dimensions are in the nanometer range. Then we have the nanolayers, which are like sheets, and the inorganic sheet is stuck in layers, and then the polymers can go inside. And then we have 3 dimensions in the nanometer range, which are pores. A material with little cells made of nanometer gap, and the polymer goes inside. So what's going on? This material exhibits very, very, very good behavior. They can combine the good from the organic and the good from the inorganic. You will ask me, why can we just mix them without being not in a nanometer? If you just mix polymer with an inorganic, you don't have the abilities that you want. You don't have both the ability of the polymer and of the inorganic. When you put the inorganic in the nanometer range, then you start having very good response into the abilities that you want your material to have. And you can customize it also. You can make the material as you want. Okay, let's see the application that nanocomposites have. First, in medicine, we can have tissue engineering. We have developed some materials that are biocompatible. You can put them, for example, if you've broken a bone, you can replace the broken bone with the nanocomposites, which speeds up the healing process, and they have been able to make replacements of tissue, of bone, of cartilage, and of blood vessels from nanocomposites. So we have replacement, and we have speeding up the healing process. Another thing that is very much used is drug delivery and targeted imaging. What is this? When we have, we can have materials that have magnetic nanoparticles embedded, and this can work very good when you have an MRI imaging, to be able to, you put in the system some kind of, let's say, paint, so that you can see the specific area that you want to see. So we have better and better materials which do that. But the main thing is the drug delivery, which does this. When you have, for example, a tumor and you want to have chemotherapy, you put the medicine in the body, in the stream, the bloodstream, and it goes everywhere. It destroys everything. And that is the problem, because we don't want to kill the person that we want to heal. They found that they can put some magnetic nanoparticles on the, let's say, the medicine, the molecule of the medicine, and with magnets, they can target the specific area where the tumor is. For example, the tumor is here. They can put the magnet, and all the drug will go to that specific place. Still, everything here and not everywhere else. It's like a mailman. It gets the drug to your door where you want. This is as far as medicine goes. Of course, there are many other applications for pills, coding of pills, which are better, which are you can control when you have the exposure in the medicine. For example, you can take one pill, and it will gradually release the drug within 1 month, or within 1 day, or you can adjust the doses and the time in which the drug will be delivered. Then another application is when it comes to materials with high strength, which are very light. They can make materials which are stronger than steel and lighter than feather. They use it in many things. The most prominent are in windmill blades, because in a windmill you need something very light, but very big. You cannot do that with steel, because if you make big windmills, then it will not be light. So they are using this materials now to make new windmills, and of course to make airplanes, because the lighter the better. In this category, we have also flame retardant materials. They make materials to be not to burn, be able not to burn up until some point, and they can control how they burn. If they burn, how they burn. For example, I will show you 2 videos here. We have a conventional material which burns, and you see that it drops and starts fire. It doesn't stop anything. If it catches fire, everything catches fire. How do we want to stop this? While here, you see that it burns, but it leaves no residue, nothing will fall down, and the fire will not spread. Also, we are working with materials that don't bring fumes and gases when they burn, and that can be used in cars. You know, when you have an accident, you don't want the smoke to come in your face and breathe it and be unconscious when you are in the accident. Then another application is the use of membranes. We can make membranes, which can be used as filters for solvents, for bacteria, for viruses. We can make any kind of distinction. And we make membranes who can separate gases. When you have a gas source and you want to separate the gases you want to take, you can have these membranes which are very, very selective. Then we go to organic electronics. Very, very big market out there. We can use this material to improve batteries, make batteries which last longer. We can make batteries which are very small and very flexible. We can make transparent solar cells. They're trying to make it, here you see some pictures, but they're not completely transparent. Now we try to do it completely transparent, like glass. You know, you have a building covered in glass, skyscraper, and it should all be made of solar cells and cover their energy needs. And of course, the next generation of phones will be flexible. You don't need big phones or small phones, you don't care, because they're going to fold. These are already being made, and they will be in the market in the next years. They're all made of non-composite materials. So this is a small presentation about what I do and what the applications are. And you can make a question. I guess you cannot see me.
For the presentation, hopefully we do see you, which is nice. You already answered some of the questions, but I'll kindly ask the students to prepare the ones that hadn't been answered so far, and to come here and to provide your question, and then eventually you provide them some answer. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. The students will come up front, say their name, and then ask the question. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, my question is, what do you consider to be the future of those materials? What do you see for their future?
What do I see for the future? For the materials, you mean?
Those materials.
Well, these things that I showed you, they are already being developed. So there are things that are in the close future. They will be in the market in the next year. If you want to look even further, I think no one of us can really imagine what can be done. They are making little machines that work in the nanometer range, that make machines that work. They're very small. They could potentially make, I don't know, machines that could go in the blood system. You can have, they're imagining many things right now. They're doing many things. But I don't think that there is an end to it. I don't think that this thing can be done. There's so many things that could be done that right now we don't even imagine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I want to ask you one question.
Yes.
It is possible this material to be used in the automobile industry of production of water repelling and dirt repelling one screens.
Yes.
Thus removing the need of one screen with us.
Yes. Here, I want to show you. These materials are already in the market. So,
Thank you. It's amazing.
I'll show you something else also that we're working in our lab right now. These materials are already on the market. These are hydrophobic and oilophobic. They don't leave the oil and the water stay on the surface. I don't know why the automobile companies don't use it already. I think it's because they need to find out how to make it last longer, you know, because you want your windows to be like that for years. If you are watching, I want to show you this. We're working on surfaces that are self-clean. For example, if the surface is very dirty, you throw water on and it cleans by itself. You can see the water going back and forth and getting all the dirt with it. So I hope I answered your question about this material.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
My question is, are you aware if the usage of these particles can cause any damage to the environment?
Is there dangerous to the environment, this
Yeah.
material? Okay, this is something that is not determined yet. Everybody is working on it. We have they are researching on what do the nanomaterials do to the body. Of course, we know that they can go easily inside the cell, and whatever goes inside the cell has unpredictable properties. Of course, if there's the thing that there are many categories of nanoparticles. There are nanoparticles that cannot go in the body. They're not biocompatible, so most of them would be rejected by the body. But there are materials, especially the ones that we use in the pharmaceutical and the drug industry, which are biocompatible, so they can go in the cell. Right now, they're working on it. They're working on finding out what could be the consequences when exposed to such material. But right now, we don't have any indications that something toxic or something wrong is happening. But that doesn't mean that in a few years from now we are going to find something bad is happening. So we don't really know yet. That's why we use them with real in the research lab. We use it with real care. We don't treat them as they are materials that are safe.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Diana.
Hi.
I was, since we are in our biology and health education class, I was wondering if there are forms of life that are with size that is close to the nano size,
Okay.
to the nanoparticle size.
Okay. I will show you again. Can you see the screen?
No.
You don't see the screen?
Yes, actually.
Okay. So if you see here, we have a scale. We see from here we have 1 centimeter, and we go down to the nanometer. You can see that how much is a nan, a dust. You can see different things here, the human hair, the blood cells. I searched which is the smallest living organism. It's called mycoplasma, and it's around 200 to 300 nanometers. In order to have nanotechnology, you have to be below 100 nanometers. So there's nothing really that's living that is in that range. We have, of course, components of the living things. So the DNA, for example, the helix, the diameter of the helix is 2 nanometers. So there are things in the nanometer range, many things biological, but they're not called living. DNA is not living by its own. So the smallest living thing is what I told you, the mycoplasma, which is 300 nanometers. Of course, we have, when we talk about nanotechnology, we have also micro and nano machines working. Some electrodes here, which are very small. We have the carbon nanotubes and the buffable, which are 1 to 2 nanometers, very, very small. And this is the comparison between them. They're smaller than much smaller, 10 to 100 times smaller than any living thing.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hmm?
Hi, I'm Lou. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
I want to ask you, can we use nanoparticles in cosmetics, for example, haircare or skincare?
Yes, they are already used. There are many companies that use it, and there are many companies that advertise it. They use it for hair products. They use it for makeup. They use it for all the things that girls put, paint. They use it for many things already. There's a big market out there, and they even advertise it. Even in shampoo, they are putting and they advertise it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Eleni. Your visit is Alex again. Eleni, do you mind if you represent yourself briefly with just a few sentences, like starting with the subject you're working in, your age, what you graduated in, what subject, and how you decided to dedicate your time in the field of nanoscience, please?
Okay. So my main degree is physics. I started physics because I was curious actually to know how things work. Then I did a master's degree in advanced materials and nanotechnology because I don't know, it sounded interesting and it sounded like it's a field with a lot of future and a lot of things to do. And now I'm doing my PhD in advanced materials. I'm working with a specific polymer, which is used very much because it is one of the few polymers we have which are biocompatible. And I make nanocomposites with nanoparticles. I have very small nanoparticles. They're 10 to 12 nanometers in radius. And I try to see how the polymer changes when I put the nanoparticles inside. I want to see what can we do with the polymer, what's different with the polymer when you add the nanoparticles. This could have many effects for many of these applications. I don't know what else you like to see. Would you like to ask me about it?
Thank you very much for representing your field of research briefly. We would also like to thank you about the dedication of your time right now for this conference. I believe all participants appreciate it. We will applaud, but it will destroy the sound quality and the recording quality, so we will applaud when we are offline. But you can consider really that we thank you a lot. Thanks to Yorgis, and I really hope that you will agree to answer briefly via email if any of the participants is really interested deeper in your field of research. Is it okay?
Of course. They can ask me anything. I can give you my email and we can communicate. And it would be nice if you come to Greece and visit our lab also.
We'll definitely do that. If you write your email in the chat window, that would be just fine because everybody is gonna see it, and the ones that are interested can just rewrite it and then contact you right away. Thank you, dear colleagues. Thank you, Eleni, Yorgis, Burak. That's great. We already have it. And we'll be cutting off the WebEx meeting, and then I will send you all the links with the recording. We are not seeing our faces right now, but in the recording it will be all visible. So thank you very much and have a nice evening.
Thank you. You too.
Have a nice evening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.